All right, we're in round one, and we will play first, because hopefully we can just beat down. This seems fine. I'm just going to route the Snarecaster regardless of what happens. Um, I just want to curve out here, really. Maybe bait out a removal spell. Maybe he goes like Land Freaka's Gear. No, I'm not going to use the ability on itself. All right, so that can't block, which is good. You're a little late there, Triumph. All right, well, just get in for 2 free damage, slam the Butcher, and pass the turn. Next turn, I get to play out the Verdict and shoot anything that he plays that blocks well. If he doesn't play anything that blocks well or anything I really care that much about, then I'll probably run out the Temple because 3 land 4 land 3 spells is fine, but when you then rip lands, it gets significantly worse. All right, I'm attacking with both next turn because I need that thing to die. That card is just bonkers. All right, I gotta run out the land. I was really hoping he'd block. Why would he block? Good job. Good job. That should have been the play. Well, at least if he attacks with it before he targets it, I get to blow it up. But I doubt that's going to be the case. But, I mean, he'll trade the Tap Cat and I get a 2-for-1 out of it. If he does it, I'm assuming he's going to equip or play something on it and then attack. And then I get a 2-for-1 or a 2-for-2. And then I'm left with a Butcher. That seems fine. He's not attacking with the Agent of Fates. Okay. Does he just have ways of targeting it and he just wants to make sure that they... Oh. Wow. Okay. Okay. Let's see what we got on top of the deck. That seems fine. We'll keep that on top. Next one I can bestow it onto something. So I got what, 4? I think I'm just gonna attack with both. If he blocks with the Emissary, I'll blow it up. I mean, he knows I have Divine Verdict. I left up the mana last turn for it. And Emissary is just really hard to deal with. Oh. Am I fine with this trade? Probably. If I let this happen, that makes my... Oh, the Alciad is actually like a complete nombo with that, so yeah. I'll let that happen. Then I'll pass. With 4 mana up again. At least we drew a spell. So if we get into trouble, we can deal with something. And also if he decides to, like, put a bunch of stuff on the Agent of Fates, then he only gets to kill my Snarecaster, and then I can blow this up. Which is nice. And in the meantime, he's only hitting me for 2 a turn instead of 5. So that's, pretty good value. Baleful Eidolon? Yeah, you got it. Well, that makes the Alciad a lot worse. Because I really can't play it out into this board because... I think I just gotta pass. Because there's no way he's not, like... I mean, I'll take 2 for like 3 or 4 turns. I'm fine with that. I have no issues with that. Okay, now I have an issue. Hmm. All right, I'll run out the Cerberus. I'll play a land and I'll pass. Because if I get to untap, then I get to LC it up the Cerberus, and then I'm just in a really good place. If I don't get to untap with it because he has a way of targeting this, then I'm in a bad place. But I was probably there anyways. If he swings with everything, might be worth just killing the Sentry with the Verdict. He'll regenerate it, but that'll tap it out of the way. Then I can throw that on it. He'll go to 3, so now it doesn't work. So I'll just take 5, go to 9. I'm just trying to think of what I have in my deck. If I Verdict this, he'll probably pay for it. I then get Alseid, which is what, 5 mana? So I'm not going to have mana up for that anyways next turn. And then I also get to tap down his stuff. Yeah. Yeah. This seems fine. Force him to pay the mana and the life. The mana's not really an issue right now, but if I rip something that I can put on that, then I'm in a good spot. And I'm only taking 2 here. And I also have a tap, so okay, yeah. Okay. Fall of the Hammer, you say? Well, let's bestow. And then if I hammer time him, if he has a spell, then I'm in trouble. But, you know, I don't actually need to do that right now. I can just attack, because he can't, and if he blocks, then I'm happy with that. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Because double strike includes first strike. Wow, that is a bold play. That makes me think he has something. Um, I mean, I let it happen. I'm not gonna not. Now this thing he can't fix. I'm just gonna leave up Fall of the Hammer. See what he does here. I mean, I have blocks on everything, so another Baleful Eidolon. All right. Well, in response, I'm gonna kill that, so we can't continue to do those shenanigans. I guess I should have done it at the end of turn, or on my turn, rather. But it happens. And now any pump spell, lightning strike. I got a lot of outs. And I can also just tap his whole team down next turn. Alright. I'll play Butcher. One, two, three, 4. So I think I begin combat of his turn, tap his team down. Because this is suicide to attack into that. Too bad I don't have one more mana. I could tap these guys down and tap this, so this on its own is lethal. Which would make that a must deal with target, but At least right now I get to just tap down these three. Unless he plays another Minotaur, in which case I'm in less good of a shape. Alright. Boop, boop, boop. Be quiet, telephone. Alright, tap you three. Bottom. That was pretty good value. He has to have something here. Like a creature or something. Okay. He had a thing. Attack with both. I put him to 2. I put him to 1. I get to run out the Minotaur. I take 3 in the air. I can block this. So that puts me at 4, 3, 2. Yeah. Alright. And if I need to, I can just throw that in front of that. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Now I run this guy out. I run it out. There we go. And I pass the turn. He's got 3 cards in hand, so, actual billion cards. If he has any way of targeting this, then I'm unhappy. If he can pump that, I'm unhappy. But let's see what he does. Alright, just 3 in the air, like I expected. Can't block it. So that gets bigger. Emissary, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can eat 2 of his creatures if I put it on here. Right? Any 2 creatures die to that? No, you can go Battle Priest and Sentry. But then it lives. And I get to kill the Sentry. So, yeah. That's fine if he does that. I doubt he's going to, though. So if I swing with the entire team, he probably goes block, block, and then double block. And I can basically Wrath his board. Let's see. Alright. He doesn't have anything to interact with me there. So if I swing with everything, what are his blocks? I'm assuming it's just block, block, and then double. Or maybe he'll go like Eidolon, Battle Priest. He can't regenerate this. And if I swing with everything, he has to use 4 blockers up, which will leave him with 1 creature on the battlefield. This is his best creature, and if he does that, then I still will have at least an Emissary out, which will have to be double blocked the next turn, which means he'll have to have a creature he can play, or 2 creatures he can play, or a way to gain life, at least 3 life. If I leave guys back, he'll probably attack all out anyway, so I'll have to do the same blocks. I'm at least attacking with that, but I think it's got to be everything. Give him an opportunity to make a mistake. I'm assuming he's going to just leave the Sentry alive, and then he's going to put like Fellhide Minotaur on that. Or no, Fellhide Minotaur can't block. I'm sorry, everyone who's just screaming at the screen that I'm an idiot. I I agree. I am indeed an idiot, and I don't know how cards work. So my apologies. Yeah, that's fine. Combat damage. All right, so I have an emissary. He has a brawler that can't block. So he has to have a Minotaur, or I mean, I'm blocking if he attacks, by the way, because if he has a trick, it's gonna kill me. So I mean, I just sweet, we got there. I apologize for not reading the card for the Fellhead Minotaur there. All right, so let's see. What do we have that's good against him? Doesn't seem like much. He had a decent amount of enchantments, so I'll probably bring in the Ray of Dissolution. Last Breath seemed okay. Subpar, maybe. But things we can take out. Maybe the Oread. It actually does block the Death Touchers and stuff, so that's fine. We'll cut the Reveler. How about we do that? One of the two Revelers. And we'll bring in a way of blowing up his enchantments, because he had at least 3 that we saw. The Emissary and the 2 Eidolons. And if he got Agent of the Fates early in Pack 2, then he probably is running a Agent of the Fates, quote-unquote Agent of the Fates deck. So he'll probably want as much stuff as he can get that targets, and those tend to be enchantments. Otherwise, I mean, Scouring Sands was good on the board at the end of the game there, but we only saw the 2 Eidolons that die to that, so it's going to run it back. Let's see if we can beat CCC, or Sai, or whoever he is. Oh, yeah, that's a great hand. We're going to mulligan to 6. That's a lot better. Not a lot better, but it is better. All right. Land on top, please. Thank you. All right. So if he, does something that we can Ray next turn, then I'm happy. I doubt he'll run out just like an Oread or something like that. He'll probably go Black Mana Source, Agent of Fates. Wow. Just nothing. All right. Well, if he has an enchantment, I'll blow it up, and then I can throw out the Cyclops or the Minotaur or whatever I feel like. Knew it. You're probably asking yourself, but you had a 3-drop. Why didn't you play it? Because you don't keep a land in that kind of a deck. You don't keep a hand in that kind of a deck if you don't have something like a Heliod's Emissary. I'm lying. I honestly just missed the fact they had the Kragma Butcher. Again, people, I am a decent Magic player. The issue is sometimes my brain doesn't. And that causes issues for me. So there's that. Alright, so let's see what he's got now. He's up to 5 mana. Oh, that's fine. I'm just going to run into it with my Minotaur. And then run out of Cyclops. I'm not worried about any of the cards he could have, because most of the cards he quote-unquote could have right now are that could get me are all like -2/-2 stuff. So I'm not too worried about it. Ah, okay. You have exiled one of my cards. Jump check? I'm not going to burn premium removal on the Scholar, but I will run into the Scholar, giving myself the opportunity for him to have another one of these, but there's only 1 pack of them, and if he has it, he has it. Okay. So he's digging. So I think he's stuck a little bit right now. Bottom, yeah, he's digging for something. Land or spells, I'm not sure which. But if we hit a land, then we're super happy because we get to monstrous that and just roll over what he has. If not, the Kragma Butcher can start getting in for chunks next turn. We also just have like 3 of the better removal spells in the format, so I'm not really upset at the moment. Ah, okay, okay. Can't deal with that right at the moment, but hopefully I rip a land. That's not a land. I think I attack with both, and then I just finish it off with a lightning strike. Or no, follow the hammer. Lightning strike is, yeah. Yeah, he gets to gain 2 life, but I also get to tap my Kragma Butcher, and I also am going to run out the Reveler. I think it's better because I get to develop my board at the same time. But then the Reveler just dies to the Eidolon. Do I just Verdict then? Keep him off of the life gain? And he blocked the trample creature? Okay, well, I mean, if you're just going to give me everything. Just do 5 to you right there. Sweet. Don't have to use a removal. I use that, but, I mean, that could get annoying. He has enough to activate it twice a turn. So, it's... Ah, another one? Jeez. Yeah, it looks like he's flooded out a little bit. Really? You're just going to play an Ordeal of Erebos on that? Sure. I mean, I'm just going to kill it this turn. Yeah, I'll burn it, follow the hammer on it. You control to deal the damage to. Boop. And I'll just hit for 4. Then I'll run out the Cerberus, because they both deal the same amount of damage, but this guy has higher potential. If I rip an Oread, then I just win, probably. If he doesn't play anything. And he's been flooded. Alright, so we got the Agent of Fates out. You can at most activate it once. We hit a land. Yeah, I'm just going to kill it. It's just super powerful, and I don't want to deal with it. And plus, we get to hit him for 6 here anyways, put him to 1. Alternatively, he would have killed the Butcher, and we would have been dealing 2 per turn. And now we have 3 lethal attackers. And if he plays an artifact to block, then we can just blow it up. Yeah. Alright. Sweet. That was a really good deck he had. I don't think we outplayed him. I think his deck just faltered in this game, and then the game before it. He played really defensively with his agent because he knew that he had the Divine Verdict, and it got him a little extra value out of it, but at the same time, I was able to then use the Verdict elsewhere to do some extra damage, and then he gave me a couple extra turns to draw out of stuff, because then he could have been attacking with, like, you know, the Eidolon and stuff, but either way, it worked out, and we won. So I will see you guys in round 2 very shortly.